Good day and welcome to my class. Okay, today I'm talking about facts and reality about starting a bee farm. Facts and reality, especially if your plan is to go into oil production. There are a lot of things you need to be conversant with. That is, those are some facts that many farmers might not try to tell you. Okay, the first thing is the cost of starting a commercial bee farm. Commercial. Okay. Now, first thing is you have to consider the cost of starting the cost. Okay, because if you are starting a bee farm and and you have less than 10 hives, 10 15 hives, um, I don't believe you're making. I don't believe you producing much money, and that will not pay you at long run. Meaning that what you'll be getting in terms of quantity of money will not be much, and that will not fetch you much money at long run. So to get started, I would advise start with at least start from 50 hives, 50 to 50 hives at the least. Then you have the money, you can start with 100. So 50 to 100 hives is a good start for a new beekeeper who wants to go into commercial honey production. Considering the cost of each hives, now you have to consider what type of hives do you want to go for. Is it the Langstroths or is it the Toba hive? Okay, for the Langstroth hive, the cost per one, probably you just get a single notebox. For the single one, I think when I asked a friend for the price, like 3 months ago, he told me that for single one, I'll get single box for 35,000 naira. The complete one, which is the only stopper, the queen excluder, and the good one will give will cost as much as 70,000 naira. Okay, so the least I can get that is 65. So this 65 to 70,000 naira for a Langstroth hive. Okay, then for a Toba hive. Personally, I make my own Toba hives, so that's actually cut down the cost for me. For a Toba hive, be spending between 15,000 to 18,000 naira for each Toba hive you want to install on your farm. So now, if you're making 10 of Toba hive, so in that your cost, your budget would be between 15 to 18,000, which is to give you like 150 to 180,000 naira for 10 Toba hive. For 10 Langstroths, that would giving us about 650,000 to 700,000 naira. So now to weigh which of them you really want to start with. Okay, as a person, I I use more of short all my hive, all my farm are tuber hives because after doing my own analysis, I found out that okay, the costs after doing my analysis, I found out the cost of using a tuber hive is quite cheaper, and so being a business person, I have to actually look for which actually fit into my budget. Okay, so now the cost number one. Then another thing to consider is the rate of colonization. You see, I think many newbies, many new beekeepers actually don't quite understand this. Okay, let's say you have 50 hives on your farm, 50 hives, and you beat them all. Um, the rate of colonization are not the same. All hives cannot colonize at the same time. You can install 50 hives, and after beating them, realize that maybe the next 3 months we have like 5 to 10 of them, and maybe at the end of the year, you might have like maybe close to 20 out of the 50 that you install. So now the rate of colonization differs from location to location. I remember I once consulted for a farm, and I installed 10 hives for the client. And in less than 2 weeks, I got a report from the farm manager out of the 10 that it's colonized. So that is how good location was. Then from that farm, I installed 15. Out of the 15 I installed, 9 colonized. And I remember my own personal farm too. between October last year, October 2021, to presently to June 2022, I installed 20 hives, 20 more hives on my farm. And out of the 20 new hives I installed, presently I only have seven that have colonized among them. So now, just now considering the success rate, you find out that not all your hive just actually get colonized at the same time. But the fact I'm telling you is not to discourage you, but for you to understand the dynamics of the business, so that when probably you consult or probably you employ a consultant um, to help you set up a bee farm. I realized that they store 20 hives and out of the 20, you just one or two colonize. So first year you'll be angry, you'll be shouting because I've had experience before, the experience whereby I help somebody to install 10 hives and out of the 10, just three colonized. And after like 6 months, the person kept calling and shouting and screaming. And, um, and I tried to, and before I even go, before I even start the job, I tried to explain to the person, and the person agreed. But seeing the results, the person was still furious, um, considering the amount or the cost of the investment. But those are the facts you need to understand. That beekeeping is not a short-term investment whereby you invest money this month, and next 3 months you start getting the money back. It's not a fast or quick form of investment. So another thing is you have to also consider is the duration, the duration for harvesting. How long does it take for you to harvest or get your honey, get honey out of an hive? Okay. Uh, on the average, on the average, it takes 6 months, about 6 months, 5 to 6 months for bees to actually make honey in the hive. Okay, meaning that they might use the first 3 months to make combs, build brood, that is lay eggs, um, produce new bees. Then the next 3 months to start making honey. So most time it takes 6 months on the average, as at least 6 months. But for a new farm, I advise them to leave the hive for a year before you actually start thinking, of, okay, you trying to go and do some harvesting. And again, in this part of the world, we harvest um, in the early part of the year, between January to March, in this period, it's good for you to go check your hive for honey. So mostly we harvest February and March of every year. Then second time whereby we also check the hive for honey is around October, September, October, November. Those period too, the possibility of you getting honey in your hive. That is if you are using top bar hive. Okay, now go to the point. Am I correct? Okay, go to point four now. Okay, now the safety of your investment, the safety of your hive. Okay, now um, how to get something straight. Of recent, there have been lots of bugging, lots of attacks on the farms, whereby beekeepers complain of people attacking their farms, cutting away with their honey. So now you have to try as a beekeeper, you have to consider the safety of your hives. Like you have to know how safe is the location where you are installing or setting up your beehive or your bee farm. Because there have been issues of theft. Personally, I've witnessed it like three times. So I know what I'm talking about. So before you actually think of want to install your hive somewhere, starting your farm, you have to think of the safety. Otherwise, you might end up losing your money. Then the fifth point is the quantity of honey produced. Okay, now, okay, let me give you a scenario. I remember early this year, February this year, I went to help a client to harvest in his farm. Okay, okay, each hive was colonized on that farm, and after we harvested from um, the 8 hives, and we pressed out the honey, 35 liters of honey. So can you see? So now from 8 hives, 35 liters of honey. So on the average, each hive gives us about, am I correct? Within 7 liters. Am I correct? 7 liters, 7 to 6 liters per hive. So now that's what we get per hive. But anyway, that was the first time of harvesting from such hive. But as the colony gets on, the rate of production also increase. So you have to understand that the more the hives you have, the higher quantity of honey you might be getting or you will get from your hive. And the last point is picking the right price. So after I did my personal survey and investigation, I discovered that most beekeepers, the least they sell for wholesale is 3,500 naira. Like for retail, they sell for 4,000, for 5,000. But the price of honey from place to place differs. So as a beekeeper, you have to actually put in your cost, factor in your cost of production, um, and probably add your own profit to it. So personally, I can't give you the best price to sell. I can't give you the best price to sell. So you have to sit down and pattern the best price for you. But before then, go to pastors, go to stores, check out the price they sell. That will give you an idea on how to sell your own products and make your money on time. Thank you for the time, and I hope you get one or two things from my video. Please subscribe and give me a like. Then last thing, please drop your comments and drop your questions. I'm here to answer them. Thank you and have a nice time.